I really enjoyed doing a little get ready with me ASMR style last time, so I'm kind of going to do the same today, but I've got like a little, wait, see this makeup palette, there's like a green. This is from, I don't know if you remember, Oz the Great and Powerful. I've indicated like a little collab with them. And I'm going to use this green as inspiration. I really like this green. It's called Jealous because it's green with envy. Yeah, so I wanted to do that for today's video, and then hopefully it still relaxes you in a different way. And I also really like watching people get their makeup done. I find it really nice and soothing, so I wanted to do that, but ASMR style. I need to stop saying ASMR style. Right, so let's get started. I'm going to start as always with hydration. So putting some, like a tiny bit of just moisturizer on my face. First, this is like an eye cream because I get really dry under eye, especially in the winter. Like, it's tough. It's tough having dry skin in the winter, or combination skin that then decides to be dry in the winter and then really oily in the summer. She's just changeable. And then your favorite like moisturizer, but again like a really thin layer, because if you use a lot of moisture before you apply your makeup, it's just gonna slide off, which isn't it's not what we want. I need a bit more on my forehead. Also, I'm looking down because there's a mirror right there. I should get like a mirror on my back camera, so then I can just stare like this. So, as always, I have like a pattern, a set pattern of doing things. I always have to start with my eyebrows, because if you don't start with eyebrows, it just makes it really difficult, especially because I put gel in my eyebrows. So if I was to do that last, that would not work. Physics and the law of makeup wouldn't allow for that. Oh, wrong one. So, eyebrows, check. Next thing, primer. Oh, okay. I'm also very clumsy. So a lot of things just like fall out my hand. Exhibit A, the lid. I'm using a glowing or glow primer because I want to look glowy, and also because my skin is so dry. They're like, if I don't use anything glowy, I just look like I need hydration. Speaking of hydration, I'm going to need to drink some water. Okay. I'm going to leave the lid down there and I'll deal with that later. Stunning. The thing with primers is also like really nice to just leave them activate for a couple of seconds rather than going straight in with any type of makeup. So we're going to start with eyes. We got that. I think I might. Oh, clumsy. Start with like a blank canvas almost. So when you start with like a blank canvas, when you go in, my voice wants to fail, okay. When you go in with colour on top of it, it just adds more pigment to the colour because you have like a clear base or a one shade base. Does that make any sense? I think it does, as in it's, if you've got some pigment, so for example this green colour here or this one, if you were to just put on the lid without any like base colour on it, it's not going to pop up as much. And if you want it to pop, add a base colour. It's like with painting. Makeup is basically painting your face, so you need to add layers, to add shades, to make it look good. And that's my top tip of the day. You're welcome. Okay. It's a very simple wash of colour. Now, that's not the one I want. Where's the one I want? Oh, there she is. I'm just going to dust off some excess here. So, gonna get a choices. There's like matte, grey brown, a grey brown, and put it in my socket. Can very lightly touch it. Go in with a deeper brown and just do this. Add it to the deeper part of my socket. English is really leaving me today, so we're just gonna go with that. And it's just to add depth. And again, think of it as paintings, we're adding layers on layers so that it looks nice and natural. Or natural to the point where it's like everything's blending into one. Because the colour green on your eyes is not natural. But you know what I mean. I'm just taking it in here to the inner corner. So again, it just almost creates the illusion of shadows. So it's just like highlighting this natural socket that I have. And if you don't have this, you can also create it by adding the different shades of brown. And it creates a shadow effect. Fun, isn't it? So you blend. Cool. Now, I'm happy with this. I don't want to add more. I'm going to go in for the fun part. I'm going to go in with the green. So I'm going to start with a lighter green. Look at it. She's so pretty. Look at that. And I really like when my inner corners are lighter, because when you add like a lighter colour here, it opens up your eyes. And I do have big eyes, but I want them to look bigger. So I tend to apply a lot more to the inner corner. Because then also in a minute, I'm going to add another lighter colour on top. So this is just again another base for that colour to adhere to. I'm using the right side. Before I do that, I'm just going to get this deeper green. I don't think you can hear that, but it's fine. And then add a little bit of that green in here, literally just like in the socket where almost your eye ends. As always, like, blend everything together. And then, once she's blended, I'm gonna get, there's one there, put this back in her palette. It's quite nice because if you're a makeup artist or if you have your own makeup kit, you can take this off and add it to your makeup kit. And all of them have that. Next time I think I might do black and gold. Be quite cool. So, oh, this palette, which is just full of sparkles, as in like everything is shimmery, no mattes. And there's this one called Fizzy. It's basically like a silver. I'm gonna just dab it in here, in there, and then do the same on the other side. And I'm going to get the blendy brush and blend away. And also drag it down a little bit for later. Cool. We're going to leave it like that. I'm just going to put that here. The eyes, I'm just going to double check here. Yeah, they're how I want them. It's like a pop of colour, but it's not too intense, not too much, but there's still something going on. So last time I did like a little underpaint, but I think this time I'm going to do foundation and then put the paint on top, the contour on top. So, I'm going to get my foundation, put it at the back of my hand. Stipple it away. You know, the other day I was attacked by a wasp. It's so rude. I was just trying to cross the street, waiting for the signal to go with green for us pedestrians. Wasp, whew, straight into my ear, and she wouldn't leave me alone. It was kind of a fight between me and this wasp. And I was reminded by that because out of my window I just saw a little insect, and he's fighting with the wind, he's trying to come in. I'm like, no, darling, that's not happening. No. And I said it in the video, but I'll say it here as well. My skin, as I've said earlier, is quite dry. So sometimes when I put a lot of makeup directly onto my skin, it doesn't like it because it cakes up. So this is why I put it at the back of my hand and then onto my face. And also this is how most makeup artists apply their foundation. Like, they never apply it on the face. I don't know, we see it all the time, like on TikTok and other places and even on YouTube and stuff. But it's always like from a palette, because usually they've got like a makeup palette, their hand, and then onto the skin. So I don't know why we directly apply it onto our faces, even though that's like not the best way. Unless you have perfect glass skin, then you can do anything and it will always look good. But for the most part, not all of us were blessed with glass skin. Those genetics. always blend down as well, because, for example, it's the winter and my foundation match is not the best because my neck is always different colour from my face, and also I put like sunscreen every day, so my face even in the summer is always paler than my body. So don't neglect the neck. Cool. Now, do I want to do this? No, let's go with concealer. And sometimes I do a mixture of my concealers. To do a really light touch underneath my eyes because my eyes crease. As I said, dry skin. So in order to like try and combat that, one thing you can do is just apply a little product and like slowly build it. And a way to do that again is back of the hand, swivel, swivel, swivel. Stunning. I'm going to leave it like that. Where did I put the concealer? I'm going to go in with my contour. My contour. I'm going to go in with a bit of powder. Just to set. some areas in place. But again, the theme is minimal. Because if you have dry skin and you're adding a powder on top of dry skin, it's gonna get dry and it's gonna show up. But we still want to cover, and like cover as in to make sure that the product stays longer. But we don't want to add too much, otherwise she's gonna be dry. Or you just can't smile. All night you just have to be like this. And that's not fun. Cool, that's enough. And then we're gonna go with some powder bronzer. This bronzer. Just put it on top of this one. Again, very light hand. Just add back the colour in your face and the dimensions and the shapes. Then for bronzer, I'm not going to add any cream bronzer. I'm just adding a little pink powder bronzer. No, pink, I said bronzer, I meant blush. Let's try that again. For my blush, I'm doing a little pink moment, a baby pink moment. It's very sheer, so it's not like a scary blush that sometimes you put on and then you're like, I look like a clown. It's very subtle. Now, I'm just going to add this. This is like they call it a face gloss, but it can also work as a highlighter because it's glossy and it reflects back. And I'm just putting a tiny bit in the areas where naturally you would get a highlight. Or like when the light reflects off your face, we want to highlight that bit. And then here, and here. Do that. So like it up my nose. It's really nice. Again, love that. Then mascara. Let me get this. Oh. And a tip, if you've got really straight, stubborn eyelashes, when you curl them, just put mascara on the tips. Sorry, that. Two eyelashes basically married together. I'm like, okay. And I'm also going to do the bottom eyelashes. I've got a tiny eyelash stuck there. And sometimes this will happen. Luckily if you're quick, it won't dry. Cool. And now, my favourite part. I'm just gonna wipe off some of the foundation. Otherwise, we're putting product onto foundation, which is going to give it a different colour payout. So, we've got these two, which I'm going to use. It's like one really dark brown and one not so dark. I'm going to start with dark and then go to the lighter one. That's the outline. Then this is like the filler. And I like to blend them together. My finger, so it kind of spreads the colour a little bit. And because my lips are a little bit dry at the moment, again it's winter, you're gonna add a little gloss. I say a little, I'm adding quite a lot. But I love it. Also tastes like, this one tastes like melon. And I have one that tastes like strawberries and cream. But this one tastes like melon. And then to finish it off, with that out of the way, I'm going to do some earrings. Like last time, but I don't know. Let me see. I've got a whole box tray thing of earrings. I'm gonna do, I think these ones. this is the finished look. What do you think? Do we like the green? Do we love the green? The jealous green? Yeah, and this is my final look of my HMR. No, ASMR. Almost like get ready with me / put on makeup with me. Yeah, this finished look. I hope you enjoyed it. I might continue to do these types of videos because I really like it. Or I might do something else, something different. Yeah, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's like helped you relax, or maybe helped you learn something new about makeup. Yeah.